Okay, here's a game from my round two opponents. Unfortunately, it did not record on Magic Online. Both or the games from both matches in round two and spoiler round three. I mean Swiss, but um, so I just got one from each, but they actually both were about the same. Draws are a little bit different, but yeah, this is my round two opponent. I'm going to throw the round three game on at the end of this, so just keep watching. So this was a turn one Finhorn Elf or turn two Finhorn Elf Bodyguard. It was just enough acceleration. Here I just wanted to make him use his mana this turn. I was kind of worried about a circular logic there, but no luck for him. So now I have a flying, trampling, life-linking bird. Um, Knowing what I have in hand, I really want to draw a forest, but it's not absolutely necessary. I decided to go for the Gaia's Embrace anyway because I had the bodyguard as long as they don't counter it, which, I figured even just one hit from the 6/6 flyer was probably good. So, yeah, deep analysis, and that was actually, that was game one. Game two ended much the same. Here's my round three opponent in the finals. For some reason, it put me on top for this replay, but you know what happens. Like I said, unfortunately, it does not have the other game from the this round. Here, when he has to spend a Karavic's Torch on my 1/1, you know, shadow guy, I have a feeling he doesn't have a lot of removal. So making that elf into a 4/4, I like my chances. Here I take a small chance and tap out for the other guy, so I lose my regeneration, but him being able to deal 4 damage to the Finhorn Elf is not real likely. Kind of aggressive of him to. I mean, I know I'm going to be able to tap his guy, but you know, I guess he's got the free attack in. Uh, Here, just a ton of damage. The Imperial Armor could not have been a better draw. Now this attack is one I thought was very aggressive. Him already at 7. I've got a Trampler with regeneration, and he blocks it, basically just saving 2 damage, which it kept him from dying. But if he'd have kept the Mantis back, I think that'd have been a better block. He's all the enter the battlefield removal guys, but once again, shouldn't attack you. He's only got 1 mana up. He just has fires, which can pump his Mantis. Of course, I've had another pump spell in hand the whole game. He can't know this, and tapping out deals lethal. So, like I said, game two ended about the same. It took another turn or two, I think. But luckily got there. I'll talk about that here in just a second. Okay, so I actually got pretty lucky and 3-0'd this Swiss draft. So the deck was absurdly good. There's a couple of sideboard changes I'd make depending on the matchup. Like Exile was just horrible in one matchup. All of his threats were white. My first round opponent, if you haven't seen it, had Magistra of Worth, Armageddon, and a Scrubland randomly for value in his Esper deck. So he beat me one game where he got to go Magistra of Worth. I killed it after he wiped my board, and then he reanimated it to give my other 2 guys, and then he had enough mana to play Armageddon, and we were done playing Magic. So the games didn't draw Armageddon and Magistra of Worth. I won. Round 2 was pretty fast. He had a good deck. If I remember right, it was Blue-Green Madness, but it's just like I would get out the Benevolent Bodyguard, and then just or something up, like usually with lifelink with the Armadillo Cloak, and just kept him up, and then, like I said, just gaining that much life, and usually had a way to give it trample or evasion, like if it's a shadow guy. So I think those games ended on turn 5 and 6, and then in the finals, one game won pretty fast with the Armadillo Cloaked, an Armadillo Cloak on a Thin Horn Elf actually, but I had, I'm not sorry, not Armadillo Cloak, but Guy's Blessing, and then maybe Armadillo Cloak, maybe both, and then somehow had protection up. So it's a red green deck. His only removal was burn involved, so once I got him up to 4 toughness, that was basically it. And then in game 2, he kind of 2-for-1'd himself when I berserked my Suchi, and then he cast Tangle. I think it's Tangle. So no damage would come out there. But then he also cast a spell that made me sacrifice an aura and an artifact with Suchi still out there. It was instant speed, whereas if he had just waited, I had to sacrifice or destroy Suchi at the end of turn. Anyway, I pointed this out. He took a draw step and then scooped. So I wasn't trying to be mean. I just thought I was missing something. But anyway, hopefully I got some games put in there for it, some highlights. But if not, that's just a quick rundown. Like I said, it hasn't quite ended yet, but I'm going to get 3 more packs, so hopefully get to do this again. Thanks for watching.